Is Chainlink headed lower? In the short term, it appears the answer is yes, and we're going to take a look at that right now. This is the daily chart I have in front of me for Link, and you can see the rising channel we've been in since about the 1st of November. We have fallen below that rising channel, or falling out of the channel, in January, and I want to talk about why and what it looks like in the short term for Link. To start with, tradingview.com, one of my favorite tools I like to look at. We're going to look at their technical analysis, and we're going to start on their 1-day time frame. Shows a sell on the summary. The oscillators are neutral. Moving average is showing a sell. On the 1 week, we're showing a buy. Oscillators neutral. Moving average is a strong buy. And on the 1 month, also a buy, with oscillators a sell and moving averages a strong buy. Definitely some confusion on the technicals, and you can see that by just looking at the daily price of Link. We've been in this range. It's a big range, but it's still a range. I'm going to take those wicks out, something like that. We've been from 13 to 17. We've been in this range for going on 2 months now. So it's no surprise that the technicals are a bit confused. If you looked at a lot of the moving averages and the oscillators, they're up and down, probably running through the middle of the price. So what do I see in the short term for Link? And when I say short term, I'm talking in the next few days, the next few weeks. Well, I've already mentioned the fact that we have had this slightly upward rising channel in Link since November. And we've been making higher highs, even a high right here toward the end of December. But like most of crypto for January, January has not been a good month for crypto and for Link right now. We're seeing lower lows and lower highs, which is the definition of a downtrend. Here's a high, here's a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, and we'll just have to kind of see. This could be a higher low. We'll just have to see if we do something like that, which would be fantastic. But I think we're going to do something more like dun, 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 dun. That's what I think we're going to do, and it's not going to surprise me. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying it's not going to surprise me if price were to revisit this area right here in the next few days or weeks. That's basically from 10 to 12, somewhere around there. Why would it not surprise me? Well, you can already see some of the weakness we talked about, lower lows, lower highs. You can already see we've broken out of this channel toward the bottom, okay? And right now, all eyes are on the market all eyes in the market are on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been the talk of the town because of its ETF pending approval and now approvals. And so we kind of having to see what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin drives the crypto markets mostly, and it's going to drive Chainlink, at least right now. This is what I'm seeing on Bitcoin, though. Bitcoin also, this is a daily chart for Bitcoin, also had a rising channel starting in December. It went and broke out and challenged 49,000 around the ETF approval time, but has since fallen all the way down to 41,000 and some change, and we're resting at 43 right now. Now you see green across all of crypto right now. That's this green day right here, but it in no way makes up for the last 2 days that we've seen the fall for crypto. Crypto, and Bitcoin in particular, has fallen after the approvals of the ETFs. There's 2 reasons for that. Let's talk about that and how that's going to affect Chainlink. One is we've seen this fantastic run up in October and November and December. And about December, people smarter than me were saying, hey, I expect us to go up and perhaps we'll tap 48 or so, but 50 is going to prove to be a very difficult level to break. And a lot of people were saying we were going to tap 48 to 50 and then fall down. That appears to be what has happened. It looks like there was a bunch of optimism going into the approval of the ETFs. People were buying in anticipation, and then when the good thing happened, there was nowhere to go because the optimism had already been bought up, and people started taking profits right here, which has caused this big pin, this big doji of sellers coming in and pushing the price down. And to be honest with you, y'all, this weekly This weekly candle right here is ugly. It's very ugly. It shows a lot of selling pressure. It shows us challenging the bottom of this upward rising channel that we've been in. And it's not going to surprise me for Bitcoin to rest here. We're resting right now, but we're not making a big move up. And then us to challenge the bottom of this channel and at least tap 40,000. Now, some people are calling for us to eventually, sometime in January, fall into this 34 to 38 and maybe stay there for a while Bitcoin builds its base up and we wait for the halving in April, which is upcoming. We don't know what's going to happen, but everything is indicating that we will probably tap 40,000. That's why on Chainlink, it's not going to surprise me for us to come down and tap 12. Now, if Bitcoin continues to fall into this 34 to 38,000 level, I think that's going to be this level right here for Chainlink. So it really depends on what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin can make a fool of anybody in any second. I could wake up tomorrow and find Bitcoin sitting at the top of this channel again, challenging the 47, 48s, and then I would look and say, well, this channel is still held. Fantastic. Why did I doubt it? But it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. And it looks like we're going to actually tap the 40,000. That's what it's looking like. And if that happens, I expect us to find ourselves down toward the lows of, what's that? January lows and where we were back in November. Now, long-term, everything is looking fine. Long-term, everything is looking fine. Back in September, Chainlink was at 5, let's say 6, just to round it up. Back in October, it was roughly around 7.5. It made a nice move to 11 and has since seen some nice highs. Even if it comes down and taps this 11, it's hard to complain when we were at 6s in September. Now, of course, we always want things to go up, but that's just not the way it works in the market. So if we hit this level right here, perhaps we'll base before aiming for some new highs. Everything right now depends on Bitcoin. There's really not a lot of other news moving situations out there. So a lot of crypto is going to follow Bitcoin, and we're seeing that across all the coins. A lot of the charts are looking the same. Here's ADA looking the same. It has broken out, is doing the lower low, lower high thing, and we're trying to wait to see is ADA going to start tapping its lows. VET is one of the coins I'm in. Also, lower highs, lower lows, sitting in the middle. Are we going down? Everything is doing that at this point. Look, that's almost a carbon copy of the VET chart I just looked at. Let's see what Chainlink looks like. Pretty much the same. Lower lows, lower highs, sitting in the middle. What do we do? So right now we got to wait on Bitcoin and find out what it does. Do not be surprised if price slips down here. If you want to pick up some more Link, I think this would be a fantastic opportunity to buy some. I think if you get Link around 10 to 12, you'll look back at any point in 2024 and 2025 and say that was a fantastic buy. So if you've got a little bit of extra cash in your pocket, that might be an opportunity for you. All right, that's what we got going on for Chainlink. Come back. I'll keep you updated. Take care.